This is something we grow immensely in Romania. We grow in manufacturing, in electronic manufacturing. You can just see these are, for example, products which we are developing and partly also producing in Romania, mainly car electronics. Which leads us then to the part, why did we come here? Because we found here good qualified workforce, high intercultural awareness and linguistic talent. We just grow very much. We have a high R&D share here. We have technically very challenging tasks and many newcomers directly from university. On the other hand, also for the electronic manufacturing, we need skilled workforce which is below the education or below the university level. And finally, this means we need to go in two directions as a big collaboration, university. On the one hand, theoretically, they are well educated, but the practice part is missing. Entrepreneurial part is missing. Problem-solving part is missing. So people learn something, they can repeat it, but ask them to solve problems. This is always a problem. And the part below, which I will come first, is we call it Școala Profesională. You know this in Romanian. It's a professional education. It's something which is mainly known in the German origin countries, also in Romania, as in Transylvania and Banat, and which disappeared some years ago. So the background mainly coming first to this point is we have there no professional education like, for example, Germany, Austria. We have here at sophisticated industrial production and handcraft a big drawback. And finally, this is also something which big companies can do. We just approached about 2.5 years ago, at that time, the educational minister. And finally, we found out that this is also something, I had the impression when coming to Romania and discussing with many people, everybody saw here a lack. Finally, I asked, why did you then abandon it? Why is it not working anymore? And just, as foreigner, you just go to the minister and just ask, what happens? And tells, oh, let's do it. So finally, we were very lucky. Half a year later, we had a law. So after different meetings, and finally, we had also meetings with school inspector and so on. I just tried to bind in also other companies like Schaeffler, like Metro, like Drechselmeier and so on, also big investors in the country. And finally, the concept is mainly something inspired by a German concept. It's 2 years called Școala Profesională in the 10th and 11th year. The pupils get 3-party contracts, company, pupils, parents and school. And they get some sort, we could not employ them. In Germany they are employed, but due to labor law, due to the youth law, here in Romania it was not possible. So they get from us some sort like a Bursă, stipendium, it's something, so for good learning quality. So we just give it mainly if they come to school, if they just have certain marks in school and so on. And we just see, there's a model which works very good, so it's the smallest absence which we have in these classes. As Continental, we are involved in 3 projects here. We started here in the so-called Școala Profesională Germană in Brașov. This is something which in 2012-2013, in total we are there. Schaeffler is mainly driving this, also Premium Aerotech is driving this with 130 pupils. We are there with 2 students. We started this in Timișoara. Here we had just first class in electrician, now we have also mechatronics, and also we started this in Carré. Finally, to have some examples here in Timișoara, we just had, after the educational law passed, I was never expecting this so quickly to happen. Somehow in half a year we had to do something. The biggest problem was to find a school. Many schools, they just want to sign a letter for practice, maybe they get also some incentives for this, but they are not really willing to cooperate. So this is what we found then, really a school which really wanted this to do, to really develop a new concept. This was really great. So here we worked together. We started in September 2012 with the first classes. Curriculum definition was coming a little later then. Mainly the practice was the question what to do. Also equipment. This is something clearly, financing is not fully clear. In the next year we started electromechanics also with 23 students, and now we just brought also Drechselmeier and Hella into this program. We start first with some companies who know this already from Germany, but of course we want to spread this. Here we have some pictures of our students, of our pupils, and in Brașov, this was something which started even earlier. They wanted to do it. There was no legal framework, so they wanted to start a private school. Finally, when the law came, it was transformed, and they had already a school. They had some buildings, the former Rolmento school, and then they were transferred also to a public school, mainly also driven with the German Wirtschaftsclub. So we have in Transylvania and Banat many of these German-speaking or German business clubs which are driving these things because they know this from Austria, from Switzerland, from Germany, the system. Here we are many companies together doing this, and currently I think we started with about 130 pupils in electromechanics, Strugur, we have CNC people, so different parts which we are working there. So what are some experience, and just tried to list this down this morning. So it's first acceptance, especially of parents. The society always says, we want it, but finally to go to the single people and just say, your boy, your girl will just have a sub-university education. This is something which nobody really wants. And finally, also, what are they doing? They just see it as dirty work. They don't understand that in today's fabrication, it looks like in pharmacy, so everything needs to be absolutely clean. They see it as being low paid. They see it as a low education, and it's very difficult to tell this to them, that they get a secured job, and finally they will just work for an international company, and also the salaries are higher than on the normal market. We need your marketing clearly. The law is existing, but we don't have all the details to this. Many things are unclear. What is the curriculum? What is the infrastructure? Who is financing this? How to make the exams? Everything is mainly something which is not fully clear. I just mentioned already with the schools, collaboration, not really. They want just to have some contracts because practice is somehow paid. But real collaboration, working to the new systems, this is something which is difficult to do. We need, of course, also to train the trainers, train the teachers. There are new concepts. Even the companies also, we are not prepared. In Germany, we have many Meister, skilled people on a sub-university level which can just teach things, which we also don't have here in our locations. We need also to think how to do this. And of course also some law restrictions. The young people are still pupils, so they just have normal vacations. In Germany they have only 6 weeks of vacation from the company, so here they have the school vacations, all these different things, 6 hours only to work and so on. So different things which are also not allowing us really to make this education.